And thank you for joining us this evening for our city council meeting. We'll go ahead and get started. Aubriana, could you please call the roll?
Cheatham.
Here.
Flores.
Here.
Domingo.
Here.
Mansfield.
Here.
Nichols.
Here.
Paulson.
Here.
Ladd.
Here. If you would please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, after which, if you would remain standing, we will have a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Our invocation, Pastor Jim Jones fell ill this afternoon, and so he couldn't make it with us. So thank you very much. We'll move to agenda item number 3 is the consent agenda. The following business items may be approved by one motion and a vote. If any one member of the council so desires, any matter listed can be moved to a separate agenda item. A, minutes. Council may wish to waive the oral reading of the minutes and approve the minutes from the special city council meetings of May 13, May 20, and May 29, 2024. B, material claims. Council may wish to approve the material claims for the period of May 16 through 31, 2024. C, treasurer's report. Council may wish to approve the treasurer's report for April 2024, showing cash and investments as of April 30, 2024. D, animal shelter advisory board appointment. Council may wish to confirm the mayor's appointment of Karen Appleby and Jane Ginniger to serve as a member of the Animal Shelter Advisory Board, replacing Sharon Engel and Joan Reed, whose terms expired. Both terms will begin June 7, 2024 and expire June 7, 2026. E, Housing Alliance and Community Partnership reappointment. Council may wish to confirm the mayor's reappointment of Peter Gonzalez to continue serving as a member of the Housing and Alliance Community Partnership Board. Peter's term will begin June 23, 2024 and expire June 23, 2029. F, Library Board of Trustees reappointment. Council may wish to confirm the mayor's reappointment of Sarah Godsey to continue serving as a member of the Library Board of Trustees. Sarah's term will begin July 1, 2024 and expire July 1, 2029. G, Pocatello Arts Council appointment. Council may wish to confirm the mayor's appointment of Sonny Bybee to serve as a member of the Pocatello Arts Council, replacing Mark Cooper, whose term expired. Sonny's term will begin June 7, 2024 and expire June 7, 2027. H, Pocatello Development Authority appointment. Council may wish to confirm the mayor's appointment of Fred Parrish to serve as a member of the Pocatello Development Authority Board of Directors, replacing Scott Turner, whose term has expired. Fred's term will begin June 7, 2024 and expire May 1, 2028. I, council decision amending future land use map for the city of Pocatello related to the annexation of South Fifth Avenue. Council may wish to adopt this decision to amend the future land use map for the city of Pocatello related to the city's annexation of South Fifth Avenue in response to existing and planning development in the area, as well as to reduce the level of nonconformities with corresponding zoning districts and existing development. J, council decision annexation approximately 482.88 acres of land located along the South Fifth Avenue between South Valley Road and Catskill Road. Council may wish to adopt this decision annexing approximately 482.88 acres of land located along South Fifth Avenue between South Valley Road and Catskill Road. The subject property will be zoned residential medium density RMS, residential low density RL, residential commercial professional RCP, commercial general CG, and light industrial LI, with concurrent comprehensive plan land use map designations of residential R, mixed use MU, commercial C, and industrial I.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
I move that we approve the consent agenda items A through J as outlined in agenda item number 3.
Second.
We have a motion by President Lurick and a second by Councilmember Cheatham. Aubriana, could you please call the roll?
Lorick,
Yes.
Cheatham,
Yes.
Mangum,
Yes.
Mansfield,
Yes.
Nichols,
Yes.
Coniston.
Yes.
Thank you. Agenda item 4, we have no proclamations, so we'll move to agenda item 5 is a calendar review. Council may wish to take this opportunity to inform other council members of upcoming meetings and events that should be called to their attention. On June 10, 3 p.m., City Council special meeting. The clarification and regular City Council meetings scheduled for June 20 have been canceled. June 25 and 27, 9 a.m. will be a budget development meetings. June 28, 9 a.m., possible budget development meeting if needed. A reminder, due to Independence Day holiday, the 4th of July, City Council meetings have been rescheduled to take place on July 11. So July 11 at 9 a.m. will be a work session meeting. 5:30 p.m. will be a council clarification meeting, and 6 p.m. will be a regular City Council meeting. Other events, June 8, June Jaunt Fun Run, Contract Parks and Recreation for more information. June 10, 5:15 p.m., a ribbon cutting for the ICCU Splash Pad grand opening and Brooklands Playground grand reopening. June 14, Pocatello, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. at Centennial Park. June 16, Father's Day at the Zoo. Fathers will receive 50% discount off their admission when accompanied by a paid child. June 17, 4:30 p.m. to 6 p.m., public open house at the Public Works Annex 2405 Garrett Way for the intersection analysis for Safe Streets plan. This is a study of operational and safety roads improvements to the downtown Alameda and Hawthorne areas. City offices will be closed on the following days: Wednesday, June 19th, in observance of the Juneteenth holiday; Thursday, July 4, in observance of Independence Day. Garbage and compost and recycling pickups will be on schedule. Municipal band concerts on Sunday evenings from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. beginning June 30th and continues through August 4th. This year, the concerts will be moved to the Lookout Point Pavilion in historic downtown Pocatello. The concerts are free to the community. July 4, 9:30 a.m., Independence Day Parade in historic downtown Pocatello, and community celebration activities and fireworks display will be held at the Bannock County Event Center and Portneuf Wellness Complex. Community input is being sought for the city's Parks and Recreation Open Space and Trails Plan, PROST, through June 14th. See the city's website for a survey link. Community input is being sought for the city's Historic Preservation Plan through June 30th. See the city's website for a survey link. And looking ahead, July 23 at 6 p.m. will be a council town hall meeting. And it sounds like if you're bored in Pocatello, it's your own fault. Okay, we'll move to agenda item 6, public hearing, zone map amendment, Braven, Idaho LLC. This time has been set aside for council to hear comments from the public regarding a request from Braven, Idaho LLC for a zone map amendment from commercial general to industrial. The property is located west of Philmeter Avenue, east of Union Pacific Tracks, north of the Amy's Kitchen, and south adjacent to Interstate 86. The site consists of 2 parcels totaling 29.87 acres, more or less. The Planning and Zoning Commission recommended approval of the request following a public hearing held on May 1, 2024. I declare the public hearing open. Council, I need to ask, has there been any ex parte contact or communication with this agenda item? Okay, thank you. Then we would look for the applicant to come and give us a presentation. Might remind you, you got 10 minutes.
Okay. Good evening, Jeff Hatch with Hatch Design Architecture. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
My address is 200 West 36th Street, Boise, Idaho, 83714. Thank you, Mayor Blatt and council members, for your consideration of our zoning map amendment this evening.
Jeff, I think you can, I think you can do that, and I think you
Okay.
can be heard. But I think you got to be over this way maybe a little bit to do so.
Okay.
There
My
you go.
voice doesn't carry very far, so. As the mayor kindly recapped our property location, this is just a vicinity map visually explaining that. Looking at the current zoning, the property is zone CG, which is similar to what's to the east and west of it. We do have industrial also to the east and to the south. And in the future land use map, it's recommended that this property be zoned industrial. Our uses in other areas are compatible with like a CG, but they tend to be more compatible with the industrial. And staff recommended that we request an industrial zoning to bring that in line with the future land use map. And that concludes our application request.
That was a quick 10 minutes.
I'll stand for any questions.
We have a question by Councilmember Nichols.
Hi.
Yes.
Could you give us a sense of your intended use?
Yeah. So the owner operates a company called Bath Fitter. And so they typically occupy about 2 to 3 tenant spaces within one of the buildings. And the front of the building has kind of a storefront appearance along the interstate and then also to the south. So you have more of a commercial presence. And so with that, their business has like a showroom space where they showcase their bathroom remodel wares. And then they have a warehouse space, which is where they actually store the equipment for remodels. So as you order, they will bundle up like a large bin of bathroom accessories, and then that will get shipped off to the location. So it's a retail / semi-industrial use, and we see similar uses in most cases, but we would want, in this case, something that's geared towards the uses specific to the industrial use in Pocatello.
Follow up. So some of the space will be by Bath Fitters and the rest of it will be leased?
Yeah, so it's set up as a structure that has multiple tenant spaces or tenant opportunities. And so the shell of the building is constructed so that we can break that up into individual businesses as need. Each of those would be presented to the city with a building permit through a tenant improvement application, reviewed for compliance with that industrial use, as well as parking and things of that nature at that time.
Perfect, thank you.
Any other questions for Jeff while he's up? Okay, Jeff, we'll have an opportunity at the end to rebut any questions or any final comments if you'd like to, probably.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I would look for any staff, for staff. Matt, looks like.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor and council members. Matthew Lewis, Senior Planner with the city. As noted in the agenda, before you is a request for a zoning map amendment. The site consists of 2 separate undeveloped parcels totaling 29.87 acres more or less. Property is located west of Philmeter Avenue, east of Union Pacific Tracks, north of Amy's, and south adjacent to the Interstate 86. The site is flat with primary ingress/egress from Philmeter Avenue via Philander Drive. The applicant's proposal is to amend the zone map from commercial general to industrial, and this is reasonable as the zoning would be consistent with the adopted future land use map, which designates the parcels as industrial. The change in future industrial type development would be consistent with Amy's food production facility to the south. The closest single-family residential development is located approximately 0.23 miles to the east. Staff finds that the community is in need of additional industrial zone land, and this location is well suited for such development. Following a public hearing held on May 1st of 2024, the Planning and Zoning Commission recommended approval of the application with conditions. Public notice requirements have been met as provided under Idaho Code. No written comments have been received. This concludes my presentation, Mayor and Council. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
Council, any questions for Matt? Seeing none. Thank you, Matt. Madam Clerk, have you received any written correspondence in your office? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Then we look for any testimony supporting the application. Any testimony uncommitted to the application? Any testimony opposed to the application? Okay, then seeing none, I don't know, Jeff, if you want to say anything else, but you're welcome to.
I would just express this particular developer has had me rezone or map amend about 5 or 6 different properties in Idaho to fall more in line with the city's intended uses. And so he has a genuine earnestness to make sure this development is specific to Pocatello. And I thank you for your opportunity.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you. With that, I declare the public hearing closed. Council, this item is before you. How do you wish to proceed? Yes.
I move to approve agenda item number 6 as listed.
Second.
We have a motion by Nichols and a second by Lurick. Aubriana, could you please call the roll?
Nichols?
Yes.
Lorick?
Yes.
Cheatham?
Yes.
Mangum?
Yes.
Mansfield?
Yes.
Paulson?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, agenda item 7, short plat, Grove Apartments subdivision. Council may wish to approve a short plat application submitted by Grove Apartments Pocatello LLC to subdivide 0.57 acres, more or less, into one residential lot. The proposed subdivision is located west of Interstate 15 and southeast of Chloe Lane. Staff finds the proposal complying with all applicable standards of Pocatello Municipal Code, assuming compliance with the conditions listed in the executive summary.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
I would move to approve agenda item 7 as outlined.
Second.
We have a motion by by Mangum and a I haven't done that all week, by the way.
I thought you were gonna make it.
So did
It
I.
still says Mangum here.
A motion by Mangum and a second by Paulson.
Yeah.
Aubriana, could you please call the roll?
Mangum?
Yes.
Paulson?
Yes.
Cheatham?
Yes.
Lorick?
Yes.
Mansfield?
Yes.
Nichols?
Yes.
Thank you. Agenda item 8, final plat application, South Point Vista Division 2 subdivision. Council may wish to approve a final plat application submitted by Deer Meadows Development LLC to subdivide 21.30 acres, more or less, into 35 single-family lots and 2 open space lots. The proposed subdivision is generally located northeast of South Point Vista Division 1 subdivision and south of Barton Road. Following a meeting held on March 24, 2021, the Planning and Zoning Commission recommended approval of the preliminary plat with conditions. Staff finds the proposal in substantial conformance with the preliminary plat and recommends approval with conditions.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
I would move that we approve agenda item 8 as outlined as long as conditions are met.
Second.
We have a motion by Mangum and a second by Mansfield. Aubriana, could you please call the roll?
Mangum?
Yes.
Mansfield?
Yes.
Cheatham?
Yes.
Lorick?
Yes.
Nichols?
Yes.
Paulson?
No.
Thank you. Agenda item 9, final plat application, Gatesway subdivision. Council may wish to approve the final plat application submitted by Clayton Holbrook of 1234 East LLC to subdivide 0.431 acres, more or less, into 5 residential lots. The proposed subdivision is located at 3634 Jason Avenue, extending 188 feet southeast. Staff finds the proposal complying with all applicable standards of Pocatello Municipal Code, assuming compliance with the conditions listed in the executive summary.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
I move that we approve agenda item number 9 for the final plat application for the Gatesway subdivision as outlined. Period.
Second.
I had a second down here. Oh, well, I like how you perioded that one. You really put a stamp of urgency on that one.
I was looking for the mayor's, and it wasn't there,
Right,
so.
it wasn't there. Okay, we have a motion by Council President Lurick, and we have a second by Mangum. Aubriana, could you please call the roll?
Lorick?
Yes.
Mangum?
Yes.
Cheatham?
Yes.
Mansfield?
Yes.
Nichols?
Yes.
Paulson?
Yes.
Thank you. Agenda item 10, final plat application, Mountain West Division 2 subdivision. Council may wish to approve a final plat application submitted by Pocatello Hawthorne 2 LLC to subdivide 13.90 acres, more or less, into 26 lots, consisting of 91 multifamily units. The proposed subdivision is generally located west of Hawthorne Road, south of Interstate 86, and north of Sunnybrook Drive. Following a public hearing held on April 10, 2024, the Planning and Zoning Commission found the applicant met all applicable standards of City Code 16.20.050. Staff finds the proposal compliant with all applicable standards of Pocatello Municipal Code, assuming compliance with conditions listed in the executive summary.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
I would move to approve agenda item 10 as outlined with the conditions that were aforementioned.
Second.
We have a motion by Mangum and a second by Paulson. Aubriana, could you please call the roll?
Mangum?
Yes.
Paulson?
Yes.
Cheatham?
Yes.
Lorick?
Yes.
Mansfield?
Yes.
Nichols?
Yes.
Thank you. Agenda item 11, Building Code Exception Request, Portland Valley Soccer Club, PVSC. Council may wish to approve a request by Portland Valley Soccer Club and Titan Center for an exception to the city code requiring permanent laboratory facilities at the Titan Center building located at 669 Quinn Road. PVSC has asked that the temporary use of porta potties be used if needed to accommodate occupancy at the facility.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes. Go ahead, Mansfield.
Mr. Mayor, I'd move for approval of the building code exception request by Portland Valley Soccer Club as outlined in agenda item 11.
I second, but I have a couple questions.
Okay, so we've got a motion and a second. A motion by Mansfield, a second by Mangum. And we have questions. Looks like Matt's making his way up here. Nope, he's not. Well, I don't know why he jumped up when we said we have questions. He jumps up like he's going to do something.
Richard Bigelow, building official for the city of Pocatello.
So there's a reason why the request for temporary porta potties is being asked because, we are requiring that there be permanent toiletry. However, though, be it that this is an industrial complex, there's a lot of traffic that goes through here. So I imagine the porta potties will be external, correct?
I'm assuming that's where they're going to put them.
Okay.
I've had a talk with their architect, Scott, in the beginning phases of this project to come up with the occupancy loads to try to help lower the fixture count. And we dived into that. They have since made this request for this exemption on the code. But just to kind of back up to give a little bit of information, the fixture counts are upon the occupancy load of the building. So the soccer fields themselves is a less people on that, but the spectators is standing, so it's a higher occupancy load count, and that's how they came up with their fixture counts.
So my follow-up to that, since the porta potties are outside, there's a lot of traffic. What location will these be in? Will they be in a secure location as traffic will be passing by for the kids to use the restrooms? And I imagine it will, but just for people watching at home,
I would
who
have
might
to
these
defer
questions.
that to Portland Valley Soccer to answer those questions because I don't know.
So why don't we have one of you step up and answer that question really quick? I'm assuming they're not going to put it in the middle of the street.
Well, I assume not also, but
Maybe.
Yeah, the intention is that it would be in a safe place away from traffic so that we wouldn't have any kind of conflict between pedestrian and automotive traffic.
thank you.
Okay. Any other questions?
Any other questions? And would you state your name for the people watching at home?
Excuse me, sorry. Scott Lloyd with JHS Architects.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions for Richard while he's up? Richard?
This solution appears to be temporary. Is there a plan to do more than use, I mean, I'm thinking back to the architect.
Sounds like
but,
Scott's back up here now, Richard.
Is there a plan to make a permanent solution to this problem?
Yeah, so it's kind of a twofold thing. The way that we see it, currently there's 12 restroom or toilet areas within the building. And obviously none of them meet current ADA requirements. And so the idea would be to remodel those spaces to accommodate that number at the beginning. Then we would add on to that to eventually come to that number that would meet what the facility count would be for the space. Does that make sense?
It does. Additional question. The permission that we're giving, is there a time limit on this, or is this forever and a day?
The motion, there was no time limit with the motion.
Okay.
One thing of note in the memo that was proposed is that while the facility would be developed to a standard for normal occupancy, they do host tournaments. And so I think the lack of a time frame is that once they're up to that standard, in the case of a tournament with a higher occupancy and just more traffic, they would then have the opportunity to use those porta potties during tournament time.
Right.
If I may, my line of questioning was due to the fact that the last time that we heard about this development, we had someone to make an objection about it because of they thought it might be a lack of safety because it was an industrial complex. And I'm familiar with the area, and I'm sure you're going to do a great job to keep kids safe. But I just wanted to make that point of clarification.
Sure, absolutely.
Well, while you're up, we've got another one by Councilmember Nichols.
So what occupancy number can you hit with your existing fixture count?
Yeah, with 12, it's pretty minimal. It's slightly less than half the, like if we were to meet the occupant load requirement with the restroom facilities, we'd be just underneath 1,200 occupants. Just a slight note, the projected anticipation of the facility count, not the occupant count, would be half that. Just what they've kind of punched the numbers to see how many people they would actually have at the building at any given moment. But we would be probably around the number of, like, just off the top of my head, around 800 or no, 300 to 400 occupants to meet what we currently have in the building, if that makes sense.
And how many do you expect to get?
The facility count that we're kind of projecting is that we would have 600, and we think that we'd be able to get around 20 just with the remodel of the existing building and then an additional restroom facility. Right now, what there's 3 different facilities, kind of like separated throughout the building. And in one area, we'd kind of have like a more common restroom area. And so we would add like the one, instead of just having one restroom, we would have 2. So a men's, women's kind of condition. And with that, we could almost double that just with that.
But while you're using the porta potties, I mean, you're talking about what you plan to do in the future with the
Yeah.
permanent ones
Right.
while you're using the temporary ones. About how many are you expecting?
We would actually just provide what we were needed to meet the occupant load number. So we would have the 12, and then we'd bring in the additional portables in order to meet that number of 26 that we'd need for the entire space. Sorry, I misunderstood your
No,
question.
that's okay.
Okay, Councilmember Cheatham?
I was surprised by the ratio of male versus female facilities.
Absolutely.
Is that reflect what you anticipate the playership to be?
That's kind of a challenging question. I would say that generally speaking, yes, you generally have more male participation in soccer, even though the numbers are becoming a little more balanced. But yeah, the code would imply the less one. Another element is like men use the facility at a quicker rate than women use the facility, and so that's taken into account with that number, just to give you an idea.
Well, that's why I was surprised that there were more male and less female facilities.
Yes.
It surprised me.
Yeah.
Okay, any other questions? Thank you. So we have a motion by Mansfield and a second by Mangum. Aubriana, could you please call the roll?
Mansfield,
Yes.
Mangum,
Yes.
Cheatham,
Yes.
Lorick,
Yes.
Nichols,
No, no.
Paulson.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Agenda item 12, U.S. DOT Active Transportation Infrastructure Investment Program Bicycle and Pedestrian Master Plan Grant Application. Council may wish to approve a request by Public Works Department and Planning and Development Services Department approving submission of a grant application to the U.S. Department of Transportation, DOT, Active Transportation Infrastructure Investment Grant Program for a Pocatello Chubbuck Bicycle and Pedestrian Master Plan grant, and if awarded, authorize the mayor's signature on all pertinent documents, subject to legal department review.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
I would move to approve, agenda item 12 as outlined.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion by Mangum and a second by Paulson. Aubriana, could you please call the roll?
Mangum,
Yes.
Paulson,
Yes.
Lorick,
Yes.
Mansfield,
Yes.
Nichols.
Yes.
Thank,
Don't I get to vote?
sure, we'll let you vote this time. Agenda item 13, U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, HUD, Preservation and Reinvestment Initiative for Community Enhancement Price Grant. Council may wish to approve a submission of a grant application for the HUD Price Grant Program for repair, restoration, prevention, and replacement of manufactured housing for low to moderate income residents, and if awarded, authorize the mayor's signature on all pertinent documents subject to legal department review.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
I would move that we approve agenda item 13 as outlined, authorizing your signature on all pertinent documents, subject to legal department review.
Second.
We have a motion by Mangan and a second by Cheatham. He does not want to be forgotten again.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
I was very surprised by the statistics that came out on the number of mobile homes that we have, manufactured housing we have in our community. I had no idea there were 1,700 of those kind of homes in our community. It really surprised me.
It did, yeah, it is. Very surprising, so, yeah. Thank you. So we have a motion by Mangum and a second by Cheatham. Aubriana, could you please call the roll?
Mangum,
Yes.
Cheatham,
Yes.
Lorick,
Yes.
Mansfield,
Yes.
Nichols,
Yes.
Paulson.
Yes.
Thank you. Agenda item 14, resolution amending the future land use map component of the Comprehensive Plan 2040 for the city of Pocatello. Council may wish to approve a resolution amending the future land use map component of the Comprehensive Plan 2040 for the city of Pocatello by designating approximately 482.88 acres of land located along South Fifth Avenue between South Valley Road and Catskill Road as residential R, mixed-use MU, industrial I, and commercial C.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
I move that we approve the resolution amending the future land use map component of the Comprehensive Plan 2040 for the city of Pocatello as outlined in agenda item number 14.
Second.
We have a motion by Lurick and a second by Mangum. Aubriana, could you please call the roll?
Lorick,
Yes.
Mangum,
Yes.
Cheatham,
Yes.
Mansfield,
Yes.
Nichols,
Yes.
Paulson.
Yes.
Thank you. Agenda item 15, use agreement with Bomb Squad of Idaho for use of Rainy Field and Constitution Park. Council may wish to approve an agreement with Jared Bartlome with Bomb Squad of Idaho to maintain, schedule, and prepare baseball fields at Rainy Field and Constitution Park for his teams and others to practice and play games or tournaments from June 2024 through August 2024, and authorize the mayor's signature on all applicable documents subject to legal department review.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
I would move for approval of the agreement with Bomb Squad of Idaho for use of Rainy Field and Constitutional Park, authorizing your signature on all applicable documents subject to legal department review.
Second.
We have a motion by Mansfield and a second by Mangum. Aubriana, could you please call the roll?
Mansfield,
Yes.
Mangum,
Yes.
Cheatham,
Yes.
Lorick,
Yes.
Nichols,
Yes.
Paulson.
Yes.
Thank you. Agenda item 16, contract extension with Harmony Engineering. Council may wish to approve a contract extension with Harmony Engineering in the amount of $140,000 to complete the design of the Centennial Rainy Park project and authorize the mayor's signature on all pertinent documents subject to legal department review. The work is funded by the Bureau of Reclamation Water Smart Grant.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
I make a motion to approve agenda item number 16 as outlined, authorizing the mayor's signature on all pertinent documents, subject to legal department review.
Second.
We have a motion by Paulson and a second by Mangum. Aubriana, could you please call the roll?
Paulson,
Yes.
Mangum,
Yes.
Cheatham,
Yes.
Lorick,
Yes.
Mansfield,
Yes.
Nichols.
Yes.
Thank you. Agenda item 17, Caldera applicant tracking system contract, human resources. Council may wish to accept the recommendations of staff and approve a contract for the Caldera applicant tracking system in the amount of $31,056 and authorize the mayor's signature on all applicable documents subject to legal department review. The contract or the current application system will no longer be available as of September 30, 2024. Funding for the new system is available in the Human Resources FY 2024 budget.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
I move that we approve the Kildare applicant tracking system contract for human resources as outlined in agenda item number 17 and authorize the mayor's signature on all applicable documents subject to legal department review.
Second.
We have a motion by Council President Lurick and a second by Councilmember Cheatham. Aubriana, could you please call the roll?
Lorick,
Yes.
Cheatham,
Yes.
Mangum,
Yes.
Mansfield,
Yes.
Nichols,
Yes.
Paulson.
Yes.
Thank you. Agenda item 18, piggyback bid of Power County contract for road oils. Council may wish to approve piggybacking the 2024 Power County contract with Idaho Asphalt for certain road oils for the street department's 2024 pavement maintenance season in the amount not to exceed $70,465 and authorize the mayor's signature on all applicable documents subject to legal department review. Procurement costs have been budgeted for in the street department's FY 2024 budget.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
I move to approve agenda item number 18 as listed.
Second.
We have a motion by Nichols and a second by Lurick. Aubriana, could you please call the roll?
Nichols,
Yes.
Lorick,
Yes.
Cheatham,
Yes.
Mangum,
Yes.
Mansfield,
Yes.
Paulson.
Yes.
Thank you. Agenda item 19, bid acceptance award for ADA curb ramp installation services, street department. Council may wish to accept recommendations of staff and award the bid for ADA curb ramp installation services to M&S Development and Construction for the street department 2024 pavement maintenance season and authorize the mayor's signature on all pertinent documents subject to legal department review. Funding for the goods and services has been budgeted in the street department FY 2024 budget.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
I would move to approve agenda item 19 as listed, authorizing the mayor's signature on all pertinent documents, subject to legal department review.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion by Mangum and a second by Cheatham. Aubriana, could you please call the roll?
Mangum,
Yes.
Cheatham,
Yes.
Lorick,
Yes.
Mansfield,
Yes.
Nichols,
Yes.
Paulson.
Yes.
Thank you. Agenda item 20, bid acceptance award for type 3 fiberized microsurfacing services, street department. Council may wish to accept the recommendations of staff and award the bid for type 3 fiberized microsurfacing services to the lowest cost, highest scoring responsive bidder. Valley Slurry Seal for the street department 2024 pavement maintenance season and authorize the mayor's signature on all applicable documents subject to legal department review. The expenditure has been budgeted in the street department's FY 2024 budget.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
I would move to approve agenda item 20 as outlined, authorizing your signature on all applicable documents, subject to legal department review.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion by Mangum and a second by Lurick. Aubriana, could you please call the roll?
Mangum,
Yes.
Lorick,
Yes.
Cheatham,
Yes.
Mansfield,
Yes.
Nichols,
Yes.
Paulson.
Yes.
Thank you. Agenda item 21, construction contract agreement, police department locker room renovation project. Council may wish to accept the recommendations of staff and approve a construction contract agreement between the City of Pocatello and Construction Services Incorporated to secure certain construction and related services pertaining to the police department locker room renovation project and authorize the mayor's signature on all applicable documents subject to legal department review.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes.
Mr. Mayor, I'd move for approval of the construction contract agreement for the police department locker room renovation project and authorize your signature on all applicable documents subject to legal department review as outlined in agenda item 21.
Second.
Mr. Mayor, before we vote, could we have Tom review the process that we've gone through to get this project done?
Absolutely. So we have a motion by Cheatham and a second by Lurick. Tom, overview of what you've done here.
Good evening, Mayor, Council. Tom Kirkman, Director of Public Services. So in earlier this early spring, late summer, or late winter, we went out to bid for the police department's locker room renovation. It's over 30 years old. It's in dire need of some work in there. So we put together a bid document for the remodeling portion of the locker room, which includes moving around some bathrooms, fixing some flooring, some ceilings, lights, things like that. We put it out to bid, and the only bid that we received was for $412,300. We ran that through some of our numbers, and we felt that we could get a better price for that. So we came before council and asked for a resolution to deny all bids and go out on the open market. We were able to get with a local company that is going to do the CMGC, which is General Contractor Construction Manager, for $307,000, so a savings of about $105,000. The $307,000 is the guaranteed maximum price, so we are going to work hard to try and keep that as low as we can.
Mr. Mayor, if I may follow up, but that is only the labor to do the project. The cost of the lockers and other things that may be necessary will be on top of that bid.
So the cost of the lockers is separate. Those will be purchased separately, but the CMGC will include all labor and materials. So that will be all the tile work, the bathroom, all of the labor and materials.
Good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mangum?
Do we have an estimated date on when we can get this started and get it completed also?
Yeah, we're hoping early to mid-July. So we're pushing them pretty hard. So we're rushing to get this on the agenda for this week so we can get moving on this thing as quick as we can.
If I may follow up, I see the chief has come forward. I'm interested how this is going to disrupt his department during construction.
So we're making some, Chief Roger Shy, Pocatello Police Department. So we're working on some contingency plans of having a shower trailer placed in the back parking lot for those needs. And those are self-contained units with gray water. We're working on some logistics on that right now. So looks like now we have about 2 weeks to figure that out. So we will get it done. That's our plan for that. If not, the officers will have to change and shower at home rather than in the locker room and then come to work. So we'll navigate around that. We're willing to sacrifice for 2 or 3 months, knowing what the long-term goal of this, because this will be a locker room that will last another 30, 40 years.
Good. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions? All right, thank you. So we have a motion by Lurick and a contested second by, a motion by Cheatham and the second by Lurick. Aubriana, could you please call the roll?
Cheatham,
Yes.
Lorick,
Yes.
Mangum,
Yes.
Mansfield,
Yes.
Nichols,
Yes.
Paulson.
Yes.
Thank you. Agenda item 22, sole source declaration of latex emulsion purchase. Council may wish to accept the recommendations of street department staff and approve the purchase of GSB 88 2-to-1 plus latex emulsion from Asphalt Systems Incorporated to be a valid sole source expenditure for the city's 2024 summer paving program and authorize the mayor's signature on all pertinent documents subject to legal department review. The product is a trademark material that no other company makes, therefore it is impractical or impossible to obtain 3 bids. The amount requested is approximately 24,000 gallons for an estimated total purchase price of $104,400. FOB Salt Lake City, Utah. This expenditure has been budgeted for in the street department FY 2024 budget.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
I would move to approve agenda item 22 as outlined.
Second.
We have a motion by Mangum and a second by Lurick. Aubriana, could you please call the roll?
Mangum,
Yes.
Lorick,
Yes.
Cheatham,
Yes.
Mansfield,
Yes.
Nichols,
Yes.
Paulson.
Yes.
Thank you. Agenda item 23A, an ordinance amending the zoning designation of a portion of Building 12 located at 669 West Quinn Road from Industrial I to Commercial General. Council, how do you wish to have this ordinance read?
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
I would move the ordinance agenda item 23A be read only by title and placed on final passage for publication, and that only the ordinance summary sheet be submitted for publication.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion by Mansfield and a second by Mangum. Aubriana, could you please call the roll?
Mansfield,
Yes.
Mangum,
Yes.
Cheatham,
Yes.
Lorick,
Yes.
Nichols,
Yes.
Paulson.
Yes.
Matt, could you please read the ordinance?
An ordinance of the City of Pocatello, a municipal corporation of Idaho, rezoning a portion of building number 12 located at West Quinn Road, Pocatello, Idaho, from zoning designation industrial parent I to commercial general parent CG, said property being more particularly described on the attached Exhibit A, providing for the repeal of all ordinances in conflict herewith, and providing that the ordinance shall be in full force and effect and after its passage, approval, and publication according to law.
I declare that to be the final reading of the ordinance. Shall the ordinance pass?
Cheatham,
Yes.
Lorick,
Yes.
Mangum,
Yes.
Mansfield,
Yes.
Nichols,
Yes.
Paulson.
Yes.
Thank you. Agenda item 23B, an ordinance vacating and abandoning the public's interest in of approximately 0.63 acres of right-of-way located at the northern end of Craft Road and distributing said vacated land to the adjoining property owner, Savage Transload Network LLC. Said vacation was approved by City Council decision dated May 16, 2024, and all conditions therein have been met. Council, how do you wish this ordinance to be read?
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
I would move that, I move the ordinance, agenda item 23B, be read only by title and placed on final passage for publication, and that only the ordinance summary sheet be submitted for publication.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion by Mansfield and a second by Paulson. Aubriana, could you please call the roll?
Mansfield,
Yes.
Paulson,
Yes.
Cheatham,
Yes.
Lorick,
Yes.
Mangum,
Yes.
Nichols.
Yes.
Thank you. Matt, could you please read the ordinance?
An ordinance of the City of Pocatello, a municipal corporation of Idaho, abandoning and vacating the public's interest of approximately 0.63 acres of right-of-way located at the northern end of Craft Road, Bannock County, Idaho, more particularly described on the attached Exhibit A, providing that the public right-of-way herein vacated shall be distributed in its entirety to the adjoining property owner, Savage Transload Network LLC, a limited liability company of Delaware, in accordance with Idaho Code Sections 50-311 and 50-1306 Parent A, as deemed to be in the best interest of the owner of the vacated property and for the public good, providing that this ordinance shall be in full force and effect from and after its passage, approval, and publication according to law.
I declare that to be the final reading of the ordinance. Shall the ordinance pass?
Cheatham,
Yes.
Lorick,
Yes.
Mangum,
Yes.
Mansfield,
Yes.
Nichols,
Yes.
Paulson.
Yes.
Thank you. Agenda item C, an ordinance annexing and zoning approximately 482.88 acres of land to extend the Pocatello city limits along South Fifth Avenue between South Valley Road and Katzlamidas Road. The subject property will be zoned residential medium density RMS, residential low density RL, residential commercial professional RCP, commercial general CG, and light industrial LI, with concurrent comprehensive plan land use map designations of residential R, mixed use MU, commercial C, and industrial I.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes.
Mr. Mayor, I move the ordinance agenda item 23C be read only by title and placed on final passage for publication, and that only the ordinance summary sheet be submitted for publication.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion by Cheatham and a second by Mangum. Aubriana, could you please call the roll?
Cheatham,
Yes.
Mangum,
Yes.
Ulrich,
Yes.
Mansfield,
Yes.
Nichols,
Yes.
Paulson.
Yes.
Matt, could you please read the ordinance?
An ordinance of the City of Pocatello, a municipal corporation of Idaho, annexing and zoning approximately 482.88 acres of land located along South Fifth Avenue between South Valley Road and Catselmedes Road, said property more particularly described in Exhibit A of this ordinance, providing for 38 parcels and a portion of one parcel to be zoned as residential medium-density, single-family, parent RMS, and a portion of one parcel be zoned as residential low-density, parent RL, 91 parcels and a portion of one parcel be zoned as residential commercial professional, parent RCP, one parcel be zoned as commercial general, parent CG, and 30 parcels be zoned as light industrial, parent LI, with concurrent comprehensive planned land use map designations of residential, parent R, mixed use, parent MU, commercial, parent C, and industrial, parent I, providing for the city clerk to file a certified copy of this ordinance with the Idaho State Tax Commission and with the Bannock County Auditor, Treasurer, and Assessor in accordance with Idaho Code Title 50-223 and 63-215, and providing for this ordinance to be in full force and effect from and after its passage, approval, and publication according to law.
I declare that to be the final reading of the ordinance. Shall the ordinance pass?
Cheatham,
Yes.
Ulrich,
Yes.
Mangum,
Yes.
Mansfield,
Yes.
Nichols,
Yes.
Paulson.
Yes.
Thank you. Agenda item 24, items from the audience. This time has been set aside to hear items from the audience not listed on the agenda. Items which appear somewhere else on the agenda will not be discussed at this time. The council is not allowed to take any official action at this meeting on matters brought forward under this agenda item. Items will either be referred to the appropriate staff or scheduled on a subsequent agenda. You must sign in at the start of the meeting in order to be recognized. As a reminder, there's 15 minutes maximum for this and 3 minutes per speaker. We will get started. Terry Kaufman.
Good evening, Mayor and City Council. My name is Terry Kaufman. I am a Pocatello resident, and I am here tonight to announce an upcoming day of importance to many concerned citizens. That day is National Gun Violence Awareness Day on June 7th, 2024, which actually happens to be tomorrow. It is a day to honor and remember victims and survivors of gun violence and to declare that we must do more as a country to address this public health crisis. As you may be aware, this year has been an even more deadly year for gun violence in the United States, and Idaho has not been spared. Over the past few years, Idaho has seen a school shooting, a mall shooting, multiple law enforcement officers wounded or killed by firearms, multiple incidents of threatening gun activity, felony firearm possession, and more. And this is not to mention the increase in suicides by firearms, of which Idaho has the fifth highest rate of these in the United States. Idaho has approximately 301 gun deaths yearly, which costs the state $3.1 billion, of which $10.5 million is paid by taxpayers. Increasingly, citizens are very concerned about gun violence. On June 7th, people across the United States will recognize National Gun Violence Awareness Day and wear orange as a tribute to Hadia Pendleton and other victims of gun violence. Hadia was a 15-year-old girl shot and killed in 2013, and her friends and family commemorate her and other victims of gun violence by wearing orange on this day every year. Orange was chosen because hunters wear orange to announce themselves to other hunters when they're out in the woods, and orange is a color that symbolizes the value of human life. Anyone can join this campaign by pledging to wear orange on June 7th, the first Friday of June 2024. I know the safety and well-being of your constituents and all the residents of Pocatello is of utmost importance to a mayor and city council. Gun violence prevention is more critical than ever as homicides and non-fatal shootings increase across our country. It is the leading cause of death for children and teenagers in the United States. I invite you and all the citizens, all our citizens, to support efforts to prevent the tragic effects of gun violence and to honor and value human lives by wearing orange on June 7th. Thank you for your support of gun violence prevention.
Super.
Thank you for allowing me to address.
Absolutely. Thank you, Terry. With that, Terry was the only one that signed up. Thank you very much, Terry, for that. And with that, thank you, council. It's been a long day of meetings with the budget and everything this morning, and now this meeting tonight. So thank you very much for being here. And with that, we are adjourned.